Alright, today I'm going to repot this bonsai tree. I've been repotting bonsai trees for many years. This is a simple method. I'm sure there's more complicated, complex methods with all sorts of miniature shovels and tools to use. Let me tell you this, life finds a way. If you water your plant, it's going to survive, it's going to do well. If you water it the right way, it's going to survive and do well. Okay, so let's get started. And I'm going to begin by, I have this pot right here that I'm going to be using. I have also some stones right here. And then I have some soil in a pot just above. And I also have a couple of tools right here for cutting the roots that may have been rotten or roots that need to be cut. I have this little cutting tool. I have a mallet for shaking things into place. It's a rubber mallet. And also have my miniature shovel, also called a spoon. All right, so let's get started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pot, and my old pot, and I'm going to pull the bonsai out gently, shift it a little bit, and you see how the roots are kind of bunched together. Now these roots right here, this plant has actually been overwatered a little bit, so I'm just going to take some of the roots that I see. You can actually smell them. If they smell like they're rotten, they need to be cut, right? So I can see some of them, this light color, need to be cut. And I'm not going to do too much because this is not too bad. The plant will recover on its own and actually recycle some of the roots, but I'm just going to cut some of them off like this. Life finds a way. No matter what you do, the plant, as long as you're not killing it with water, and it's going to find a way to survive. Trust me, and it will thrive. All right, so I'm going to do that, and then let's see how this plant sits down in here. It's relatively where I want it. May cut off some soil, but before I get started in that, let me set this aside in the water. I'm going to I have a piece of toilet tissue right here. This is method right here. I know a lot of people are going to probably not like my method, but this actually works. I've done this, okay? Someone taught me this years ago in Japan, okay? So just place that in there, and then place a bed of rocks in there on top of it, okay? You don't need that fine, great screen that people always talk about or show. So I'm going to place just a small bed like that in here on top right here, and this is great for drainage. All right, so place a small bed, just thin bed of it. All right, and then I'm going to take the plant and I'm just going to cut off some of the root, some of the soil, so that it can sit in there nicely. I'm going to get some of the roots as well too. And I'm not going to discard this because this is good soil, and if the roots die, it's just going to be reabsorbed. So I'm just going to cut off some of the soil so I get it to the level that I want it. Maybe a little bit lower. All right. Just shake it off a little bit. All right, once you get it to the right height that you want it, all right, I'm going to just set it down in there. And some people set it down in the center. I like to set my plants towards the corner, so it gives a little bit of ununiformity, if that's a word. Okay, just shake off some of that and get that in there. So I don't like everything to be symmetrical. All right, so what I'm going to do is, you can see the pot like right there, there's a lot of space to one side. I'm just going to fill this area in right here with some soil. This is from another pot that I have. Just going to fill that in. Looks like something's growing in there, like a succulent or something like that. So I'm just going to take the soil and fill it in right here. Just enough to get around the sides. And don't want to fill it in too much because I'm going to top it off with rock at the top of it. All right. Zoom out a little bit. So I have enough soil in there. Remember, once you wet it, it's going to sink down a little bit. All right. Now I'm going to add rock to the top layer. So you're just going to take some rock. Just add it to the top layer. Add it to the top layer of this. All around, and then just even it out. Once you get it in here, just even it all out. All right, I'm going to do it to the other side as well too. Just get a handful of rock. It's relatively simple. I know a lot of people make it a process really hard and difficult. And there are some great bonsai horticulturalists out there that really do a good job. But for 9 out of 10 bonsai hobbyists, all of that is not necessary. It's good to know. I actually have a bonsai that I've done that with. But for most of us, just simply doing this and learning how to water your bonsai tree is good enough. Alright, so I'm going to get the rocks in there. Pat it down and give it a little water, not too much. Overwatering your bonsai will kill it, okay? As you can see, like I just bought this and it has already been watered so much. So I'm just going to let it chill for like maybe a day or two and let some of that water dry up. Alright. And so have the rocks in the bonsai. Alright, and that's how you replant the bonsai. Stay tuned. I'm going to show you how I trim my bonsai and make it look like amazing. Alright. Alright, that's how you repot a bonsai. Let me know if you have any questions.